Hey guys, this is Fox Duck here, and I'm with my friend
TheSurvivalist.
and we'll be doing a review on our homemade survival kits. We'll be doing this in turns, so I believe, Dan, you would like to go first?
Sweet. So, you open mine up. Mine's a waterproof, like, Tupperware container type thing.
We have a very similar container, just in a different size.
So the first thing on top is a little survival guide. Double-sided. It tells you just basic survival stuff.
Your print's rather large, I'll give you that.
Yeah, you can read. Nice.
Yeah, it's very easy to read. The print being very large is very helpful. And also, this teaches you different knots for fishing, and I actually like this. It's pretty nice. I have a very similar survival guide. I actually got this out of a Coghlan survival kit tin that I got a while ago that I actually had to use at one point. Long story behind that. I actually kept the guide. Mine's double-sided like his, but my print's much smaller.
Yeah, that's very small print.
It's
almost like hard to read. You almost need a magnifying glass to read it.
Actually I have a magnifying glass in there. So I'll be good to go if I need that. Alright, Dan, I guess it's your turn.
So the next thing, let's see. Alright, I'll go with this. I'll actually do a couple items. So I have a like a little measuring ruler type thing, so you can measure something if you need to measure something. I don't know what you would need that for, but it's just
measuring
in there.
rope lengths, I guess.
Yeah.
Tree lengths.
And then another thing is like a little credit cards type. It's very thin. It's got an edge on it, and it's got multiple things in there that you can use to like tighten stuff and bottle opener and stuff like that.
That's kind of cool.
And it's stainless, so it's it's got like partial serrations on it. This is also my way of striking my flint.
Nice, nice.
Or my ferrocerium rod.
I have two things I'm going to do. Crayons. Believe it or not, crayons burn like crazy in an emergency.
They're really good. It's like almost like a candle. You light the paper, and the crayons are just amazing. And it makes a nice, colorful mess.
Yeah, it does. And also, I have a piece of paper in here, and if I'm lost in the wilderness yet, I see something really beautiful and I want to draw it. No, just joking, but these things burn like crazy. Another thing I have in here is actually these kind of go tandem together. Hold up. I have a small carabiner and a large ring, metal ring. It's kind of like a large keychain ring. These are great for building certain types of snares. So you have like, pulley systems or whatever for snares, and this is actually kind of nice. Oops, alright, I guess different.
So next thing, actually I'll say this for later. Next thing I have is a small knife blade. Really good for, whatever you want to do. You just need to get in there real close, and good for whittling stuff. Whatever you need a knife blade for.
Yep. Okay, well, I'm gonna review one of my several ways to start firing here. But I have a light my fire rod, and actually on my channel, guys, you'll be seeing a review for this very rod. This is really nice. You want me to strike it?
Yeah, go for it. Strike it.
Alright. It's really nice. I've been using this thing for a few weeks, months now, and this keeps running and running and running and running and running.
One of the things I saw in another video is if you're in a survival situation, it's just use a lighter. So that's what I got right there. Your basic lighter, your Bic lighter. So just make it simple on you. Use a lighter, and then if the lighter doesn't work, then go to your ferrocerium rod or your matches or stuff like that. My
next piece of equipment here is tinder in here. I have 2 tinder blocks. This is just wrapped in duct tape. I don't really feel as though it's necessary to take them out. I also have, those cotton balls wrapped in, in petroleum jelly or whatever. That's really helpful for starting fires. Also commonly known
as Vaseline petroleum jelly.
Vaseline and petroleum jelly are one and the same. I just have this stuffed with it, probably enough for like 5, 10, 20 fires. I'm not really sure how many.
A good amount.
A good amount. Enough that if I need to, it'll work. And actually, while I'm on the subject of fire, I'll just point out that in here for constant light. I have many redundancies for candles. I also have a large birthday candle too. So I have candle, and then I also have my crayon candles. So those are 6 candles overall for, whatever needed for. Redundancy is always key in survival. For those of you who don't know that, you need more than one way to do many different things.
So I also have a little bit of cotton balls and petroleum jelly, or Vaseline.
Same thing as me, just you can see through it.
Yeah, mine's, and I think I have 6 cotton balls in here. And then I have a very small ferrocerium rod.
Probably enough for 2,000 strikes?
Probably something like that. but I think I'm going to be getting a bigger one and making a custom handle for it type thing. So I can strike that real quick.
Let's see if you can strike that.
I want to strike. There we go.
Yeah, there you go. It's a small one, so it can be pretty difficult to strike,
yeah.
but it saves room, and it could save you in a pinch. And plus, you already have your lighter in there, and you have waterproof matches. Speaking of waterproof matches, guys, the ones he has here.
Got some waterproof matches, just homemade. They're strike anywhere, so it's really nice. So you don't just really need a striker. You can just use, a rock or something. Go over your shit paper.
Yeah, I actually have a little roll of toilet paper.
You gotta wipe your ass.
You could use this as fire tinder too. But I'm gonna go over something. I got a little matchbox in here, MGM Grand, and there's probably 30 matches in here. They're not strike anywheres, but there's a striker on the box, so this could save me in a pinch. So I have this on top of my...
I have 2 sticks of the large hot glue cut up, so if I have a fire going, I can just use my lighter. I can get that, moist. Oh, it's already moist. Not moist, soft, so I can patch holes if I'm a kid or something, or I need to patch a hole.
I have 2 as well, but I have the longer, thinner ones. He has the short, fat, thick ones, and we all know what you're thinking, and no, don't have a dirty mind. Have a sexy imagination.
Alright, so next thing is chalk. You can use it to mark trees, mark a rock, mark your location.
Trail markers?
Yeah, it's like more compact way of marking your stuff.
I have chalk too. I have a full stick, and I haven't wrapped it in tinfoil because it's dusty, and I don't want dust to get all over my stuff.
Yeah, it's one of the problems with my
So I just quickly wrapped it in tinfoil. Plus, I have extra tinfoil for if I need it. That's just a great. In here, I have a little bit of Advil, about 3 doses. He has very similar things I'm aware of.
I have also 3 doses of Advil plus an extra one, and I also have those white pills. Is melatonin. It's a herb that your body naturally produces, and it helps you sleep. So like the first couple nights, it's really hard for you to sleep because you're shitting your pants pretty much because you're in a survival situation. So melatonin really helps just knock you out. It doesn't it's not a drug, so there's nothing illegal about it. You don't have to have a prescription for it. So it's just a nice thing, if you can't sleep, to have that.
All right, so I guess my next 2 things I'll be doing my ways of writing down things. All right, so I have 2 things. I have a Fisher Space Pen ink cartridge. It's thick enough actually that you could use it as a pen like this. It's thick enough, and I also have a pencil. It's actually just pencil and just a nice little thing to go with my paper because this is waterproof. This will work too. Just have redundancy on ways to write on stuff. Okay, Dan, what do you have to write with?
I have a pen here, and I'm now just realizing the tip is jacked up, so you can't write with it, so I'll have to get a new pen. I don't know how that happened. It must have just got crushed in my kit. But, so yeah, I have a pen. This one just doesn't work right now.
Alright, well, I have a, I guess, oh wait, there they are. I was looking for these. I just want to quickly show you my waterproof matches, just, strike anywhere waterproofs. But,
that's nice. Is that, there's red? Is that red wax? Red wax?
No, it's not red wax. It's just red. So actually, I'm just going to go over all my different ways of cutting. So, I have one razor blade, which is, always important. Really sharp for getting,
They're super sharp.
to get. I also have Swiss Army knife, full-size Swiss Army knife, so I have redundancy on that. And then I'll also go over my multi-tool here. Dan, you have one too. And this one has a flashlight on it, which is nice.
Got my multi-tool right here.
Yep. And I have needle nose pliers, which are nice. I like the needle nose. And they're spring assisted needle nose, so they always like to, open, which is nice. I like to look at that. I like to look at that for
making life easier.
Yep. So, and while I'm actually on this topic of knife making, I also added a sharpener, a Gerber, just standard sharpener, butterfly sharpener. Some of these called.
So next thing I have is water balloons.
I have a very bad signal mirror.
But it's sticky, so it's got like a...
Yeah, it has like a sticky, it's like a sticker, but it's also a mirror. I just kind of find that helpful. Just in case, it's what I have. I'm probably going to get a better signal mirror and put it in here. But for what I have right now, that'll work fine.
So the next thing I have is a relighting candle. I don't know if I already went over this, because it's the next day.
I believe you did.
But I think it would have been a bad take when we did it. But this is just a candle. When it gets blown out, it relights. It's like a prank candle for birthday parties, but it's just a nice thing in case it's windy.
Yeah, because it's windy. That's it.
Once you get it lit, it's gonna stay lit until you put it in water.
Well, I have just a little signal whistle. It's pretty crappy, but it'll do the job. That'll do the job.
That's gonna hurt someone's ears.
Yeah, I know.
I'll have to put an annotation there. So the next thing I have is 2 colors of electrical tape, which there's 1,000,001 reasons why you need electrical tape.
Actually, I have an entire roll in my kit. I took this out later, and actually in my roll, guys, you can always see me holding it in there. I actually put my string, I put my wire in there, and then I also have some caps for fire starting.
I also got some caps too.
That helps, but this
they carry a little bit of an umber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like this. It's also like a fishing line. It's also a really good sewing line. And then I also have, an entire roll of electrical tape that actually folded over, so it's easy to peel back.
Yeah, same with me. I have orange, so you can use it as like flagging tape, and black for stuff you don't want to see, and orange for what you do want to see.
All right. I guess the next thing I go over is my map measurer. It's an old little map compass. It's really old. It's actually an antique, I think, but it works beautifully, and it also has a meter thing on it.
Go over my multi-tool. It's just basic multi-tool. It's got a bottle opener, a small knife, good pair of scissors, and it's always helpful, and a Phillips head screwdriver.
Alright, my next thing, it's not really something a lot of people could put in survival kits, but I put a couple AA batteries and wrap them in electrical tape, just in case I have my flashlight. I have another flashlight with me that runs on AA's and it dies, or for whatever. If I need just batteries in a pinch.
Yeah. So next thing I have is a little knife.
It actually came out of the Bison Survival Pod video, guys. There'll be a link down in the description.
So the time is 2:15. All right, I'll go.
All right, so I guess the next thing is, I don't really consider this like really important, but
it's useless.
No, it's actually not. Tradition in my family is to always carry a worry stone on you, so it keeps your mind at peace. You just kind of hold it in your hand like a medicine ball. It's just something that my family's been doing for years. My grandma gave me one, and this is just my extra one that I keep in my kit. It's not really important. It's just a sentimental thing. That's just kind of nice to know that I have it.
Well, I mean, it's useless, but for a survival situation, it's useless. But for mentally.
Actually, well, trying to keep your mind sharp and at ease is kind of really important. So. Yeah, just a smooth stone, guys. I have it in here because if I use this as my water container, it'd be difficult to hold a big container as a cup. So that would just be helpful. Or just to let you know, guys, this video will be on both of our channels. So if you wouldn't mind, just check both of our channels out through this vid. We'll have links. The description. The video will be exactly the same in both channels. We're just trying to get both of our channels out there. Just to let you know that now. I guess the next thing I'll show you is if you're with somebody and they drown or you need to do CPR, a CPR face shield. If you're just with somebody and you need it in a pinch, this is just good. Next thing I have is zip ties. I have green and black.
That's orange. It's not green. Alright, so I'm gonna go over my little tin here.
That's a good little tin. I like this tin.
The tin is amazing. It's got everything that you'd need. It's pretty much, if I needed to, I could use just this, but they'd be pretty bad. So. Open it up. This is what it looks like inside. So the first thing I have is a mini, it's got a couple nails, a needle, and some fishing hooks, so little jigs. So I have that. It's in a little pouch with duct tape around it. My next item is some fishing wire, not fishing wire, snare wire. Good, steel. That's useless. Just some snare wire for making snares. I
like his snare wire better. Mine's shiny and brass. His is dark.
But you don't want the animal to see it.
I know. I just for some reason that was the only snare wire I had available, which is kind of sad actually. You think I'd have a much better snare wire available?
So I have a couple paper holder. I don't know what you call these, paper clips, and then I have real paper clips. I have
those are binder clips, by the way.
binder clips. I have some wax from braces,
Don't know why.
it's good for patching holes and stuff.
Well, that's true. Or if you have braces and they're bugging
Or if you have braces.
That
I have.
would suck to be like survivaling for like a really long time. Your braces are just like falling off one by one.
I'd probably break them all off.
Well, probably eventually.
I have a couple cough drops.
Those are helpful. I wish I had cough drops. That's actually a really good idea.
I could trade you some.
I don't know. No. You keep
So, got a couple assorted flavors. Alright, stop, buddy.
What?
Stop flinging stuff.
I don't want to fling my stuff.
So, got a couple cough drops. So, I also have a little clip. You could use it for, I don't know, making snares, or if you had it, you could fashion it to a stick and then make it as like a little loop for a fishing pole. I have a mini compass, bubble compass.
Is that your only compass?
Yeah. And next I have a roll of duct tape. Never know you need that. It's not a skewer, so really compact. Then I have some regular matches, just strike on box matches. I have.
Oh, the strike on box? I thought those were strike anywheres.
Oh, the strike on box. I also have strike anywheres.
Oh.
Then I have a little tool, screwdriver thing, flathead. Then I have, these are on metal bobbins, terminology.
Okay.
Bobbins, it's 20-pound fishing line and just some regular sewing thread for if you get a hole. It's got two colors, it's yellow and blue, so whatever, you can use it for anything. And then the last thing in my little kit is some Blistex chapstick. And it smells like orange, smells like Sprite. And it's got sunscreen in it, so it's really good.
Alright, so I'm just gonna go over all the foodstuffs I have in my tin. I have a mint, the Lifesaver mint.
It could be a lifesaver.
I know, if you need sugar real fast. Speaking of sugar, I actually have a little thing of sugar. Just for emergency energy. I have a bouillon packet, a little soup packet for soup.
It's nice.
Got tea bag for tea, obviously. And then, if you guys saw my how to make like tinfoil spice thing, survival spice video, link in the description. I made 2.
You're making me doing a lot of work here.
Yeah, I know.
Links in description?
I know,
Jeez.
links in the description to everything, alright?
Right.
I got just pepper and salt and wrapped in tinfoil so I could actually use the tinfoil when I'm done. And I'll have salt in case I sweat a lot, so I have sodium. And I just have pepper to make the disgusting. I also have gum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know. And I have a fork to eat everything with. Okay, now you're good.
Alright, so, wow, I have so many matches in here. It's ridiculous.
You have a lot of matches in here.
It's good.
It's good to...
So, the next thing is I have a Lipton 100% natural America's favorite tea
My
bag.
first aid, guys, I showed you the string already.
That could be used also
for
to
stitches.
Stitches too.
That's what I was
So I
going for.
really wouldn't want to do that.
So I have my
Kinda
roll of duct tape, probably like a few feet on this. Probably like 5 or 6 feet. And then I also have this wax paper duct tape. I don't know why. It just silver duct tape. Not very much, but you know, in a pinch.
It's better than
not having
not having duct tape, and you can use the wax paper for
it's flat.
baking cookies.
It's flat, so it's just so it's flat. So with first aid, I have 2 alcohol pads right here, and actually I have just a regular wet one.
Moist towelette.
Yep. I have 2 waterproof bandages.
Really?
Yep, those are waterproof. And then I have 2 Band-Aid, like the largest size Band-Aid makes for Band-Aids. And then I have just some other miscellaneous Band-Aids. I have 2 generous sheets of moleskin. Those of you know what this is for blisters. And that's about it for my bandage, my first aid.
I'm going to go over a couple things. One is I have a little rubber band, mini thingy, my bobber. Then I have a red pen. I have what's really nice you can use for the strike anywheres is a sharpening stone. So you can put a nice, really nice edge, and it's don't mean to be mean, but you can put a much better edge on a knife than you can with this. I have for as far as like first aid stuff, I have
very generous size sterile pad.
Sterile pad. I have some coffee filters for filtering stuff out of water. I have a moist towelette also.
I have 2 coffee filters, just for getting out dirt and stuff before I filter it and then boil it. And then I also, if I want to make a makeshift cup, I have a very thick tin foil. And then I also have this to hold water into.
So I have a little bit longer. I said like a 12 by 13 sheet of paper. It's a little bit bigger than your standard 8 by 11, so it's a pretty nice sheet of paper.
Yep.
And then I have for, I guess I would say for, you could say food wise or flavorings. I have a couple of things of salt, just your regular anodized. I have some pepper. This is just standard stuff. You know, you can get it pretty much any like McDonald's, you know, any restaurant. I happen to get mine at Be Good Burger, so burgers are pretty good.
Make a description to that website. Not really, probably not.
It's, I guess it's sweet and low, 0-calorie sweetener. It's like fake sugar. That's what it boils down to. So
here, I just have some string. I believe this is actually unsheathed paracord, you know, not in the nylon sheath. And then I also have just a little magnifying glass. You have a much better magnifying glass, I believe. Yeah, this is just for, you know,
probably do a little zoom right there.
reading my puny survival thing. And also, I have a lot of these.
Safety pins.
A lot of safety pins for just clothing repair or just, you know, whatever. And actually, the last 3 things in my survival kit is I have a couple large paper clips. Very large piece of paper.
This is standard 8 by 11. I have some moleskin in here. Just your standard moleskin. Then I have in here a ton of band-aids. Let's see.
He does have a ton of band-aids, that's true.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a sterile pad. So I have like a ton of band-aids. I don't know what a sterile pad would equal. But you could use a tape and use a sterile pad as like a band-aid.
Larger wounds. So you have to stitch yourself up and then you want a sterile pad.
You could also use moleskin as like a band-aid type thing.
Alright, this has been Fox. Thanks for looking at all our survival kits, guys. We've stayed with us to the end. We really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe.
Subscribe to my channel, your channel. We'll have
Leave
links.
a like on the video, and we'll have a link to everything that we've mentioned so far. Well, most of it, at least.
If we can remember.
The important stuff.
His Facebook will be there.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Don't forget to, you know, go give that a like, guys.
Show some support. You know, it's never going to hurt to show some support.
Yeah. You know, we're just starting out as a brand new YouTube channel.
Thanks to all my subscribers out there.
For watching.
You guys are amazing. It's what you keep me doing my videos.
Peace.
Peace.